welcome to the Conversations with Cousins podcast. I am Jail the Dab King.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm T-Butter.
And I'm Brooke.
Guys, in this podcast, first of all, welcome back. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Today's video, we're going to be talking about hate in the world, addiction, mental illnesses, hobbies, and
A few
I'll let Brooke
be-
talk about the last one that she put on the board there.
We're gonna be piercing Tyler's nipples.
Yep.
No, we're not.
Both of them.
It's not happening.
All three of them, actually.
It's not happening. But those are going to be our topics for the day.
Alright, so we're going to get on into hate in the world is going to be centered around racism and the media portrayal of racism.
Yeah, that's my first thought that comes to hate in the world right now is that it's just fueled by the media. Really, until the media starts sharing all this stuff, my day-to-day life, man, I don't really see. I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist because I'm not that naive, but it's not as bad as the media makes it out to be.
There are exceptions to the rule. I'm not going to say it
Always,
doesn't
yeah.
exist, but it's not as prevalent as the media makes it out.
For sure. For sure.
in my opinion.
I know, I totally agree.
What are your thoughts on this, Trevor?
I think a lot of the hate in the world now is spread through media. I think a lot of it's spread through even like our social media. Because, I mean, there's no repercussion. For whatever you say online, you can say with no thought behind it. And, I mean, a lot of things that you say on there can hurt some people really bad.
Right.
Yeah, and the internet is just so big. A lot of times, you don't see the repercussions from what you do from other
Pretty
people
much.
because you just don't know. A comment from literally somebody you've never met in your life could make you decide to make the decision to make a really bad choice. I said make a lot.
But, I mean, and it can fuel a lot of hate, too, because, I mean, a lot of people can spread so much propaganda online nowadays. I mean, it's ridiculous how much fake stuff you can find online now, and it just spreads so much hate. It's just ridiculous.
And a lot of people don't take the time to view full videos anymore. They take a snippet of
Yep.
what somebody has shared,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and they'll cut out the key points
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
where it looks like, okay,
It
that was
just-
an injustice, but
exactly.
you don't see the whole picture.
Yeah, it's like with the whole Donald Trump thing. They said he was mocking a reporter with an illness. He was, but he wasn't mocking his illness though. They took it out of context. You watched the whole video. He's been seen doing that so many times. It's not because that guy, his arm was the way it was.
Yeah.
The media is just, they're only going to show you what they want to show you.
Mm.
What
And-
fits their agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they drive a lot of that hate. Like,
But
they
the
know
messed
what
up
they're
thing
doing.
is a lot of the people on the left they're so passionate about it too because that's what they believe is true. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
they don't. To them, it is. They are fighting for that because they think it's legit.
I think the hate that we see in our day-to-day life is mostly fueled by just hate that everybody sees. I mean, you see it on both sides. Everybody's ganging up on everybody anymore, and nobody listens. Nobody listens to each other and actually gets down to the bottom of what they're upset about. It's just what you see on the TV. It's what you see on your phone. It's whatever. I think
Right.
it's crazy because if you sit down and actually stop and talk to people, you would understand that they don't. It's hard to explain it. Drew, can you elaborate more? It's more.
Well, what I was going
Can't
to
get
say
my
was,
words.
we all watched what happened on the George Floyd footage.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like they had the everybody's attention.
Right.
Nobody was disagreeing, and it's like
Yeah, it was wrong.
it was messed up. What else do you want us to do other than condemn him and that type of action?
Right. People are saying,
they made it seem like it was an every case thing though. Like,
Right.
That isn't
Like it
every
was-
case. Well, if you want a good breakdown that's not gonna be one-sided, I suggest following Donut Operator on YouTube. Watch some of his videos. He does a really good job about fact checking himself,
That he does.
and not. He's not gonna talk about something if it's wrote in one article. It's gonna have to be backed up by more than
Right.
one article. He really does good research.
Yeah, that's good. And you know, there's a lot of other people that you can't. There's a lot of other people you can't say that about. You know.
Right?
Mhm.
It's so easy to get on YouTube and want to push that narrative because it will get you views.
Absolutely, and that's another thing right now. A lot of the social media sites, like not just on Instagram, but like so on YouTube, conservative content creators are getting shadow banned. So it's literally like they'll show their graphs and it's just like it just
Right.
straight down for no reason. They didn't change anything about how they were uploading or anything. It's just kind of crazy.
Okay, well, so let's give the people some steps that we can go to get a resolution here. How we can control some of this hate.
We need a new total form. Like you can't have CNN or Fox. There has to be a central unbiased network. But until everything gets exposed, I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think the first step is communication.
Yeah.
Honest
Talk to people.
communication.
Yeah. Do I think it's gonna happen? No.
Communication, understanding. Like, we can be different
Mhm.
and that not make you better or me better or worse. Like,
Right.
different doesn't mean better or worse.
It's better that everybody's different. That's the whole that's the whole problem. Everybody wants there to be a normal, but there isn't a normal.
They
Everybody's
all wanna
different
be
for a
right.
reason.
Yeah.
But
And most of the time, when you have left-leaning policies and right-leaning policies, most of the time somewhere in between the two is where general stuff falls and it works out.
Right. Well, I guess I should have said understanding in the communication.
Yeah.
And we need to, like, it does affect how you were brought up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cultures
More
bring
than anything.
people up different ways.
more than anything, that's what. Yeah.
And we have to understand that as well.
Yeah.
yeah, it's very true.
Yep.
I'm so low.
What?
That's
What?
just such a funny
I just
What? This is like such a broad topic. It's hard to I want to talk about one thing, but it's like hard because it's hard getting everybody on the same. Like it's such a broad topic.
Mhm.
Hate in the world there's so much hate, but it's coming from so many different ways.
There's so much hate,
Well,
but
it's-
people just gotta learn how to appreciate.
well,
You
people
know-
people get so offended these days.
Yes.
Over
So
everything. That's what
offended.
I can't stand. Like, oh my gosh.
About shit that really doesn't matter.
Right.
And
And I
It's
doesn't
people just trying to bitch about something.
It's literally finding something to bitch about.
cancel culture gets on my nerves.
Yes.
Celebrities having to apologize for shit they've said 20 years ago.
Right.
Like, I've said some shit I'm not proud of.
Right.
When I was in
Everybody
a high school locker room, of course I've said some vulgar shit.
has. Right.
Yeah. I mean,
But it
everybody
doesn't
has.
necessarily define who I am or my thoughts. So,
Right.
I think that's part of growing up. That's a part everybody has to go through. You have to do something stupid to realize, shouldn't probably do that. And then you grow and become a better person from it.
Right.
there's formal situations and informal situations. And we shouldn't be judged on things we said 20 years ago. We should be judged on actions and now.
I agree.
Have
No,
you grew
I agree.
since
Now,
then?
if somebody murders somebody, then
Murder and rape,
Okay.
okay, there are
that's
extremes.
different. Right.
I still think people can change. I think people can grow from their past.
Oh, for sure, but
I'm not saying people can't change with murder, but you take a big risk there too.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
It's-
it depends
you know what I'm
on what
saying?
type of murder you're talking about. I mean, are you talking like there's like we were talking just last week. I mean, we went down that dark path of
I'm
vigilantes.
not talking about vigilantes. I'm just
I'm-
talking about straight up
Listen.
homicide. Like,
All right, but back on the topic.
all right. So
You know?
with that, we're gonna move on to addiction. Addiction and mental illness, they're tied together, as our viewers know. Or
Mhm.
right?
As we all know, I think. But
so the big topic lately, well, the big discussion has been addiction,
mhm.
disease, or choice. I don't think it has to be either or. It can be a disease and a choice.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's a bad choice to start stuff like that, but it turns into a disease that you can't control.
Go ahead.
You don't take a pain pill and say, with the goal, I want to be an addict.
Right.
And
Yeah, there's so
like-
many people who have had like a back injury and go in and get prescribed something, and then by the time their prescriptions ran out, they're supposed to be
Prescribed
weaned off
opiates.
of it. They can't.
Right. Opiates is what he's speaking on, by the way.
Right. And it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Then you get taken off and you're sick and you're back in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I mean, addiction, when you ask that question, is it a disease or a choice? The problem with addiction is, I mean, that's a broad class. I mean, you can have addiction in everything. You can have it in in your social media, in your phone,
Yeah.
and electronics.
Mm-hmm.
This is centered around drugs, of course, but
Well,
you can get addicted to anything. Porn.
yeah.
Mountain Dew.
Not good. Hey,
We're
I'm
definitely
addicted to Dr. Pepper. Full blown addict when it comes to Dr. Pepper.
Well, you've already made it to the first step, is realizing you have a problem.
Yes, we aren't to that second step though.
well,
I don't even know what the second step is.
stopping. Pretty sure.
Oh, is it?
I-
Okay.
I think the second step is admitting that you're powerless over your addiction.
Oh, okay. And
I have-
forever. That doesn't end.
Right.
Right.
You never beat addiction.
No.
Right.
You handle it and
Bro.
try to handle
Just
it
control it better.
day by day.
Yeah.
Mhm. But I mean, if we're gonna center it around drugs, then
You got some black tar heroin in the trunk. Is what you...
probably not.
I still don't think the addiction itself is a disease. I don't like at any point, because I think it
It's
takes
not-
a certain type of person, like leading into like in mental illness. I think it takes a certain person to want to try it, to like make that choice. I guess I don't know.
I would agree with that, but going
Like it's a choice
people
regardless.
going through
in the
certain stuff in their
beginning.
life are looking for a way out, and more times than not, that tends to be their escape, whether it be right or wrong, which is wrong. But I mean,
Well,
I understand why someone would.
But I
use-
think a mental illness drives a lot of that, whether you like realize it or not.
That's
like, I
something.
think people are built different. Like I know that I have a very addicting personality, so I personally would never try something that I didn't want to be addicted to. I mean,
Right.
like nicotine, obviously, I'm addicted to right now, but
but usually people
there's nothing
not
worse.
not every time, but when you're an addict, you're trying to fill a void of pain to mask it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I
It's
can't
just-
say for sure.
I guess it's just a lack of them having, like the support and stuff that they need.
Well,
And look, I have done my fair share of drugs, by the way, guys. So this is personal experience. I've opiates, benzos. I've had my fair share.
snorting Cheerios, a little bit of everything.
Little bit.
but back to the question: is it a choice or a disease? I think I think it depends on the case, because if you're prescribed something, I don't know the stats on it. I'm not going to try and say a certain day because I would be completely wrong. But I do know for a fact after you take something for a period of time, whether that be short or long, depending on the drug, it will affect you and change your chemical makeup, and your body will start to rely on that drug,
Oh yeah, chemical.
and that
chemical
will become
dependency.
then a disease. In my opinion, that then becomes a disease.
What is the date? I mean,
That's what I'm
not
saying.
the date,
I'm
but
not
what
gonna.
I'm sure that people have got that kind of figured
Yeah,
out.
I don't know that. That's why I said I'm not even going to try and state that. I do know for a fact, though, after you start taking something for a while, your body will start to become dependent on it, and that's why you go through
Okay,
withdrawals
so-
after you
I've heard
stop.
So
5 days.
so hear me out.
It's different with every drug.
Yeah,
though.
that's different.
So even if we speak on like alcohol, right?
Yep.
So I mean, my dad's a good example. He drank, and he was addicted.
Hmm.
His liver gave out. Like I feel like that's like the disease. The disease was caused by the alcohol, but he made the choice.
I can say from experience, if you drink alcohol a lot for a while,
I mean,
when
that's
you stop, you do have withdrawals. You do
Yeah.
crave it. So, and your body does. It goes into a shutdown for a couple of days, and it is hell getting through that.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
could only imagine for something harder
my
than
dad.
alcohol.
My dad, like after 12 hours without any kind of alcohol, was just throwing up.
So that's whenever I think it starts to become a disease. So after a longer period, I think it could turn into a disease because your body does crave it. So you do need help getting off of it.
I do think that it is a disease, but it's a choice
Yeah,
to start.
that's what
the
I'm saying. I think
disease.
it starts as a choice
I
in
don't-
some cases, but some cases.
So it is both.
Right. I don't think it
Yeah.
has. It's not
Yeah,
one or
exactly.
the other. It
Yeah.
is a
Both.
choice, but that choice can develop into
A
the disease
Right.
of addiction, chemical dependency, liver failure. There's lots
So
of.
hold on. It's kind of
Lots
like. I
of-
mean, it's kind of like.
And I will say, alcohol withdrawals are, last I knew, were one of the only withdrawals that could kill you.
And that's crazy to think about, man. There's a lot of well, not just Americans, but people across anywhere, the whole world, that
DTs,
going through that. Yeah.
not good.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Not
that's
good.
pretty much what happened to my dad too, because obviously you're in the hospital, they're not going to give you more
Right.
alcohol, and
Yeah.
it just
Mhm.
it seemed like all his vitals great, his liver trash.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, they were like, yeah, like he's healthy, but you know, all of that I mean, it was non-functioning though.
Right.
Right.
So he had it like really bad. His withdrawals and everything. He was pretty much sedated, a lot of it.
Right.
Hardest withdrawal I've went through, hands down, Xanax.
Yeah. And yeah.
Xanax fucked with my mind so hard. I was seeing bats flying out, and shit was real to me.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never been on any type of hard anything.
Alcohol was my hardest to get off of, I would have to say.
I mean, I've drank, but I didn't drink enough to
Mine's just
get
nicotine,
like that.
vaping.
Keep
Nicotine's
Honestly,
still
that's
on.
so.
keep in mind, we were between the five of us. We're probably buying 500-600 Xanax a week. So it's also talking about coming off 30 Xanax a day, potentially 15 to 30 Xanax per day.
Now, I have a question, Josh. If you can, like, don't want to get personal here or anything really, but if just to speak on the addiction side of it,
We're in a safe
coming
space.
from, well, I understand, but not to get like personal or anything. Just talking on, like, I don't want to get like the personal side of it to take away from like the learning experience here. From my personal experience and yours, in your experience when you started out, it just started out as something small, but then next thing you knew, it was just more than you ever would have thought.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how my experience was with alcohol. Like, it started just a couple beers a day, and then next thing I know, I was drinking liquor every afternoon, and then it got worse and worse. And so I mean, was that how it happened for you?
Well, that time's pretty much a blur,
Gotcha.
honestly. But I mean, yeah, it started out 1, 2 footballs a day, which is 1 milligram Xanax, by the way, and eventually got 2 bars, which I believe is 2.5 milligrams. No, 5, maybe. I'm not sure, but a lot. And just progressed until you don't have control over it anymore. You have to have it,
Yep.
or
Right.
it made me mad.
Mm-hmm.
I got pissed off a lot. There was a lot of anger. Also, I was a teenager, so there was already testosterone running crazy.
Just not good stuff, and that's something that's so easily attainable too.
Right. And I would like to speak on, a lot of people put so much into the physical aspect of addiction, well, getting over the addiction, that they don't take time to understand the mental part.
Yeah.
Which is very, very serious. Depression, after you get through the physical withdrawals, is really what kills people. Well, what causes people to
Could
take
go
their own
back.
life.
Well,
They can't deal with the depression.
Mm-hmm. And then they start finding something else to supplement it.
They'll go back, and if it's heroin, they're with their
yeah.
oh, what is the word I'm looking for? Oh well.
But yeah,
Their tolerance is lower
Right.
than what it was when they were in active addiction, and
Oh.
they
Oh,
can't
gotcha.
handle what they used to do, so they try it, and it's too much.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't have that build up anymore.
Yep.
And that's going to lead us into our next topic, guys, which is mental illness.
Almost went together.
It did. So we're going to take this time to talk about suicide prevention, guys. If you're thinking about suicide,
Don't-
please
just
reach out.
Reach out to somebody. Even if it's us through email, we'll post our email up. But we're not professionals with this, although I would try to help you as much
I
as
would.
I could. But
You can come into our comments. I will take the time out to talk to you.
absolutely.
But we
I
will put a
think all three
hotline
of us
up.
would.
We'll put the hotline number up.
Yep, and that's the Suicide Prevention Hotline. That's 800-273-8255. We will have that, right? Here.
Right. Yep. I would also like to add that close to 800,000 people die to suicide due to suicide every year. which is
800,000?
800,000, which is one person
I'd believe it.
every 40 seconds. That's serious, guys, and more focus needs to be, more awareness needs to be drawn to that.
That's, I wonder what percentage of that's like. I wonder what percentages falls in what category. Can you see that?
I cannot. It just breaks it down by country.
Hmm.
I'm sure it's pretty high up there though.
Yeah, for like the military.
Source is also World Health Organization. And now we're gonna move on. We're gonna brighten things up. We're gonna talk about some hobbies. I have a wonderful hobby. I'm a go-kart racer,
Go-kart champion.
champion as of this year. It's a great hobby, great family hobby. Get to spend time with family. I've enjoyed some success. It's fun to race something you've had your hands on. And I am a champion.
Heck yeah. My hobbies include driving my car. That's about it.
Right.
Well, that's not it, actually. I'm actually really bad about doing a lot of everything. I'm only 25. I feel like by the time I'm 50, I will have tried a bunch of crazy stuff, honestly.
Right. Well, yeah, you have more hobbies than that, though. But
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's my main thing, though.
Eat, sleep, video games.
Gaming, yes. Yes,
Gaming,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
It's a nice trio. It's a good 3.5.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Oh, for sure, man.
I don't really have time to have a hobby doing anything else.
But here you are.
I mean, like, this is where, like, I'm usually here playing video games, though.
True.
With y'all.
True.
You can also follow me on Twitch, Uncle Drew 22572. I stream every once in a while.
Yeah. And if you're watching this, I also have a YouTube channel. It's that Snapchat Yellow C6. All about Corvette content, and I do car reviews as well.
He also has a Grinder account.
Actually,
If you want to go ahead and throw that handle on up there.
yeah, I'll post
You
that
like
right
one of
here.
those? Yeah.
He also has a Farmers Only.
No, well, I got deleted off of there.
Oh, too many hoes.
No, he only
Too
had
many
one
hoes in a
cowboy hat.
haystack.
He only
Makes
had one
sense.
cowboy hat.
All right, Trevor, it's up to you. What are your hobbies? Tell the people what you like to do.
That's a hard one. Brooke basically covered the three main ones there. Eat, that's a good one, and then sleeping. That takes up about 18 hours a day.
We do, yeah. We know that,
is
you like
about
that hobby pretty
hours
well.
a day.
And he's
He's,
great.
gone
He's
to
really
sleep.
good at it.
He hibernates.
Yes, I do love my sleep. Hey, I mean, you gotta have sleep.
Yeah,
That's for
it's-
sure.
We go
And
a
you
couple
get it.
days without seeing you.
Yeah.
Hey, my sleep cycle goes all in and out. It's daytime, nighttime. I mean, those 18-hour shifts don't kind of line up with 24-hour clocks.
Yeah, daytime,
So
nighttime,
it's a
twilight.
bitch. It's like working. What are those swing shifts? It's like going in all the time. Yeah, it's weird.
Right.
But yeah, I
Right.
don't know. So my hobbies, I would have to say, I don't know. Kind of like I love going out there to the racetrack and helping out on the go karts with Drew and them. Some people don't like it.
I kind of like cleaning tires. I've grown to like it. It's kind of
Yeah.
therapeutic for me.
Well, just not like cleaning tires. Like I love going out there. The hands-on aspect of it for me is what I love. When you can go out there, start doing something, and then once the track starts heating up, and then you start figuring out, oh, well, now the cart's getting tighter, so you have to move different things, and it's basically a strategy game the whole time. So I think I love that aspect of it the most. So I think that's one of the best hobbies that I like doing right now, currently.
Yeah, I have fun going with y'all. I don't have as much fun as y'all, but I'm also the kind of person that like it's not that I'm not happy for somebody that they're out there racing, but I get jealous because I love to race too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I feel like that's why I try to be so competitive in my car, because like I like racing. It's fun. I get adrenaline out of it. I love it.
It's like time stops when you're in the race.
Exactly, dude.
I know it sounds cliche, but it really does. From the time you get on the track, nothing else matters but what happens in that race.
Right. That's the fun part as well. Like when you get locked in,
Right.
You know what I'm saying, and you're just like zoned in, and nothing else matters in those moments, other than trying to get in front of who you're behind, or keeping your lead, or just being the fastest around a
I'll
track
run
as
in
you
Acura.
can.
Well,
Come on.
we did run it the other day. We did.
Yeah.
Well, we did race Josh's Duramax and the Mercedes.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
What kind of Mercedes is it?
It's the it's the MLK.
MLK.
350.
It's a diesel, but it does make pretty good torque.
She's got a little bit of torque.
They were about dead even, honestly,
My
up
car
until the
is
higher
just
speeds.
so slow.
The
The
truck-
TSX is really slow too.
I regret selling
My-
my Charger sometimes, just for the aspect of power.
Right. My truck, by the way, is a 2004 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD.
And beside Josh,
With
we
the
have
tuner.
Trevor, who drives a 2009 Ford Focus with a really good handbrake.
He took the AC out to get down on weight.
Yep. They kept flagging me up at the drag strip with the AC running, so they told me if I came back with it plugged up anymore, they weren't gonna let me run. So
We had some fun
It's
taking
disconnected.
the Focus.
we did. I mean, we can upload.
Remember-
We can implant a video of that.
Yeah, we
real
can
quick.
put the video.
Um,
Just, We'll put the link to that video in the description.
As well, to add to that, I'm gonna try to get y'all some footage this weekend. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we're gonna try to start incorporating videos we get throughout the week from here on out. Anyway, again, like Josh said, I don't know if we've already mentioned it or not, but for the go-kart thing, this Saturday, this weekend, we're going to Jacksonville, Florida. Josh has a race in Jacksonville.
Maxis Grand Nationals. If you're in Jacksonville, come on out. It's 103rd Street Sports Complex.
Yep, absolutely.
See some good racing.
And if any of you viewers are going to be at Cletus and Cars in Bradenton, Florida, and when you see me there, feel free to come say hello.
We should have some
Oh my
footage from
God.
both
When is that again?
This weekend.
this weekend.
I forgot about that.
Yep, it's this weekend. She said,
More than welcome to go. Right now, I have nobody to go with.
She said, I want to go.
I mean, Joe and a lot of other people wanted to go too, but I don't know if they're still going or not.
Right.
Because we talked about that like weeks ago, and I never figured that out.
It snuck up too, though. It really did sneak up.
It did. Not. I watch Cletus all the time.
It was
Right.
supposed to be like forever ago, wasn't it? Or no?
And it got you're right, because it got postponed.
like Streetcar Takeover.
Yep.
But I drive a 2009 Corvette, yellow, Velocity yellow.
Oh, I thought I already said I drove an Acura, so.
Oh yeah,
But it's
you
an
did. That's my
06
Ooh.
TSX.
Pearl white.
Yes. Now, I did not mention my truck does have a tuner on it. I've got 5 tunes. When I put that baby
I've
in
got
the hot,
5 tunes.
when I put that baby in the hot tune, she's breathing fire, baby.
Yep, she makes some jerks. She makes
Should
some
lower my
jerks.
Acura.
All right. Well,
What?
Brooke, would you like to lead us into your last topic that you brought up?
We really
Oh.
don't have to go over that,
I
guys.
It's
Thank
on the
you
board.
for
Go
coming
grab
in
the
to the
needles.
video.
Yes.
The needles to
You have the
pierce.
needles?
All right, look, we're not
We have
piercing my
safety
nipples,
pins.
guys.
Come on.
Safety pins, needles, something.
Not happening.
And then an ice cube
I do
to
have a
numb the
lemon.
area.
I do have a lemon. We can.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I do have a
We
needle.
do have alcohol pads too.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Are you gonna take your shirt off, or?
Are you gonna get yours pierced with me too?
No, I've never said I
It's
wanted my
just
nipples
you.
pierced.
No, I'm not doing it alone. I will if somebody does it with me.
I can't do it. I don't want hard nipples for the rest of my
Guys,
life.
I have successfully secured
Go get your dad to do it.
safety pins.
My dad would do it. He already did do it.
So there it is.
Speaking of that, so my dad is currently in prison. He's going to be a
All right, Tyler, take
guest
off your
on the
shirt.
podcast sometime, probably towards the end of January. So be looking out for that.
Brooke, would you like to do the honors?
We're
Oh,
not-
I can't actually
we're not
do
piercing.
Oh
the
yeah, no,
piercing
we're doing
myself.
this right now. Right now,
Not
on the
happening.
podcast. This is for you
Not
viewers.
happening.
How about this?
How about let's do a
500
vote.
likes.
Let's
500
do a vote.
likes.
No, we're doing a vote.
Goes
A
through
vote. We're doing a
one
vote.
nipple.
Drop down in the comment who you think should get their nipples
Yes,
pierced.
that's
Me, Trevor,
No,
or Tyler.
I'm not in
Yeah.
this. I never said I wanted my nipples pierced.
If
Tyler or Josh.
if anybody gets to, what should the number be? 50 votes?
No.
No, it's just whoever has the most has to get. Actually, I don't know.
No, there has to be a goal. There has to be a goal.
100 votes.
If-
Getting your nipples pierced is pretty serious.
I'm
Just
not in
have
this.
to-
This
It's not
is
really,
between
but it is.
Tyler.
It is to me.
I don't even know why you put
Comment
yourself in this.
Who, and it'll count as a vote. And then it'll be a cutoff time next week.
We'll do a Facebook poll on our
Before-
Facebook account.
No, before we do our next video, then we can get like a cutoff and have
I would
whoever
lose
has
that.
like the most comments
I
or
would
their
definitely
name
lose that.
Right.
is the one that gets pierced.
First to 100.
I'm not in this.
Just
First to 100.
I'm not in this.
I'll do it. I'll sign
I'm
up for
happy
it.
for y'all too.
First to 100.
Y'all too have fun.
I don't.
When's the end of this? Because eventually, this could.
I'm gonna say, all right, by this. When are we leaving for the track?
Thursday.
Thursday. At what time?
I have no clue about the time. But
Okay, Thursday at 12 o'clock.
And there ain't no messaging your buddies
No messaging
and
anybody.
saying, "Hey,
It's nobody.
get your
you don't have
boys
to
to
message
come
anybody.
comment on this video.
No.
I'm getting my boys' nipples pierced."
No.
Ain't
This
none
is
of
a
that crap going
Facebook
on.
poll. You just said it was a Facebook poll.
Okay. No, I'm not putting that.
No, you said
It's
it was
on,
a Facebook
no,
poll.
It's on
Facebook
comment,
poll.
comment under our YouTube.
yes, in the comment section.
Underneath this one.
Underneath this video.
In this
Okay.
video, in the comment section, drop down below, and we'll add a poll. We'll do both. Actually, we'll just add a poll. I think I can do that
Okay.
on YouTube.
Okay, so you two can't, and none of us.
Hold on a second.
four
This
sitting
this
here.
literally means one of us is gonna have to get our nipples
Yeah, one of
pierced.
y'all are about to get your nipples
No,
pierced
you're
right
in
now.
this too.
I've done said I'm not in it.
It
No,
has,
you're in it,
it has
dude.
to get to 100.
No,
that
not in.
person has to get to 100 votes.
The
I'm
first
not in
person
this.
to get to 100 votes has to get their nips pierced
If they do, by
Thursday.
we'll give
Yeah,
The
but then
people
that
that
means
Friday
that
at
you might
midnight.
not ever be getting them pierced. We've got to have a winner.
I'm not in this.
Really, is it really a winner though?
Okay, yeah, we're not doing.
Just kidding.
It's a joke.
You know what? I have an idea.
If we had like a crazy amount of followers and like we did like a thing like whoever gets the most money donated.
Donated.
No, see, this is what always happens though. All right, this always
The
happens.
pierce my nipple GoFundMe.
Tyler comes up with this great idea. Tyler comes up with, oh, it'd be funny to get your nipples pierced. And then he tries getting everybody else to do it, and then he'll get them to do it, and then he goes, actually, you know what? It's really not that cool. And then he'll back out.
Is that what happened to
He
your
wanted
dad?
everybody
If I
to
got
do
y'all
it.
to do it, I would do it with you.
Is that why
I'm
your dad
willing-
has his nipples pierced and you don't?
Who?
Your dad.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm willing to say.
I'm gonna bring that up
first-
on the podcast when he comes too.
First,
What do you-
if anybody gets to 100 votes, first person there, I'm willing to sign up under those terms. But it's got to be 100 comments under this. One
of us is gonna
YouTube.
get our nipples
I'm
pierced,
not getting my
bro.
nipples pierced, but
We
what
at
I'm
least
saying-
gotta make this viral.
what if Steve-O, every time he came up with a funny idea, he got somebody else to do it? They would be funny, not him.
I'm willing to sign up.
But I'm talking about Tyler. Like, he keeps coming up with
What are you
like, getting
doing?
a tattoo. I'm not coming up with the funny ideas to get a tattoo, to get my nipples pierced. You're the one that keeps coming up.
I just
everybody
said it'd be
going,
funny
"It'll be
collectively
funny."
as a group of 3 cousins to go get their nipples pierced collectively.
All right, if you'd have came up and said, "Hey, it'd be cool to go bungee jump." Okay, cool, let's go. I'm not going up the street to go get my nipples pierced. Not gonna happen.
Well,
I am getting a tattoo, by the way, soon, guys.
Getting a
Just
tattoo, but
to
not
let
a-
y'all know.
Dinosaur.
I will be getting a old school diesel pump on my arm. I'm pretty excited about that. I guess that's gonna end it for us, guys.
Yeah, I think that's going to take it to the end here. If you've made it all the way to the end of the video, guys, first of all, thank you. If you're new here, still make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the way to 5 subscribers.
Help us get there, please.
Literally.
we need help.
We need help getting to 5. And if you maybe have a few friends, might could get to 10. So we would definitely appreciate that. But
Next week's
Hey.
gonna be a good one too.
Hang out
Yeah,
with us,
better one.
guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna get better. We're gonna work to build a community. We
and
want
you guys can
involved.
be involved in the come up for sure.
Oh,
We
yeah.
want you guys involved. We can have callers. You can call in.
Yeah, we can do that now. Actually, you just have to request it. We'll make it work. So just let us know.
That's
Comment
all.
section.
Peace out, folks.
Peace out,
Bye.
ladies and gentlemen. Bye. Okay, bye.
Y'all have a good one.